What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot, and today we're going to talk about combiners. In particular, we're just going to talk about the frame system versus this system right here. Now, this system started here. We'll start over here. This is my Select Abominus. So this is the Japanese version. I had to key a lot of parts because you would not be able to stand on my balancing. I call this the balancing act. This determines how well a transformer is balanced. And he is, but the problem lies in the joints and the way that the arms are. So when you turn these into arms, these are also legs. And so the weight of certain weapons can cause them to already droop. Now, the cool thing about it, he does come with pivoting legs and, opening and closing fists. But the problem is that the ratchets on the system are so wide that it can't take advantage of the pivoting anyway. It's kind of pointless in a sense, but it does help somewhat. But in reality, it does not stand up well and it doesn't pose well, even with these parts there. And so now what happens is the gears on here get loose because these gears double as arms, whereas, and we're going to get into that, where on the frame system, they double as a base. So their structural integrity is better. So a lot of times now you're wondering how I get to the balance. Ancient Chinese secret, because trust me, look at what we got to standing on it. He ain't going to fall. But no, I ain't going to push him either. And I know some of y'all wish he fall, but he won't. Now, don't get me wrong, Combiner Wars is a lot of fun. But the reality of it is, if you're not going to do it in a manner that is correct, it just after a while shows basically incompetence. It does show that it's not going to do and function like you think it could. And it's not, I love the look, but this is about all you're going to get out of them. You can't really do dynamic posing and get them to sit. And that's the other thing why I am a strong proponent of the frame system. Listen, guys, there's a lot about the frame system that I love. And I know I keep telling y'all keep glossing over facts. Everybody's third party does this, third party does that. Third party is the first to introduce the frame system. I keep telling y'all this, but you won't listen. Fans Project was the first company with their version of Menasor, Intimidator, was it M3 or whatever it was called, M2, whatever. Now the arms weren't on the frame system. The arms still would be more like this, but the legs were on the frame system where you would put the two robots that go where the legs are and you would see them. And the rest of the body was built from the trailer. And Motor Master itself would break away. But I don't even think he broke away as a full truck. I really still want that combiner, but I'm gonna be honest with you. This is much better. And why is this much better? Well, think about it like this. Let's say you're a cheapskate, or let's just say, hey, I just don't want to buy the other four people. Well, you automatically have not only Motor Master, you also have Menasor. Now, you may not have the little parts to put on like drag strip and put on, dead end here. But come on, man, with the legs, all you need is one of those spacers. Those cost like $5, $10. So if you bought this and just got the spacers and said, I don't want to put anything on here, well, you pretty much have both Menasor and Motor Master in one package. This is an attractive deal, even better than Combiner Wars, because you can form basically the whole robot, hands and feet and torso, without the other parts, for the low price of what it was back then, $89.99 or $100 if you go by taxes and all the other stuff. But because people slept and thought, well, nobody wants this Hasbro junk. That's what a lot of, because everybody wants to create a third party, and now who's worth more? So be careful how you discuss toys, because official is official. It starts with official. Hasbro is official. Takara is official. Any company that is a partner, second party, is official. After that, you ain't official, and I ain't trying to deal with you like that unless it's for some type of substitution. Now, with that being said, I do prefer the frame system because overall it gives you the best stability. You could set this down anywhere. Sure, it doesn't do super dynamic posing and it doesn't open and close fists. That is a factor Hasbro needs to address. But for what it's worth, you have a solid combiner. It's just your own fecklings of what you want to have on it extra so you can do your third party as much as you like. But the fact that you get this package all in one is very attractive. And thus, this is why you're going to pay more for this guy. So, hey, I'm just letting you know the deal. And yes, right now on eBay, is the real reason why Minosaur is so expensive is not necessarily, well, let me put it this way. He's expensive for two components. This guy, the chest or the legs, which is Motor Master, by himself, he goes for about $300. And then this guy on the back of the leg here, which is none other than Breakdown. Yep. So, like I always tell people, man, you don't have to rush and pre-order. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. What matters is getting the figure before the price goes up. And like I said, he was on eBay. Not eBay, he was on Amazon for lower than retail. He was down to, I think at one point, $80-something. I was mad because I paid the full price. So you better get on your horses, because if you didn't get him, hey, the late tax is going to eat you up. And it's the same thing for Superion. It's going to be the same thing for Bruticus. It's going to be the same thing for any other combiner throughout this, especially Devastator. I'm waiting to see how Aftermarket's going to treat that combiner, because not going to lie, of all the combiners, I think Devastator's the best. So I just wanted to talk about, the frame system versus this, because I'm ready to put him up. I'm not really going to review him. It's been on the line long enough. I don't really need to go through all that. But I did want to show him off one more time because he is beautiful. I love the Takara version. But as of this time, I'm a big fan of my Minosaur. So what are your thoughts? Leave them down in the comments below. This is Super Robot Ed, bringing more news and reveals, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.